Morning team, Bowie here, Super Coach, just coming to you today from the beautiful Camp Cove Beach. Check it out, what a fantastic day. I wanted to come to you real quick today about my top 5 tips in order of priority if you're feeling stuck, frustrated and out of momentum. Now, I speak to a lot of people throughout my coaching business, and frankly, there's so many people that their energy's flat, they're feeling stuck, and they've almost created an identity for themselves around a particular event or a particular outcome. So I'll often ask people, hey, what's up today? Why are you flat? And they're like, well, you know, I had a business relationship go wrong, or I had a relationship or a marriage that just didn't work out. And I'm like, okay, how long ago was that? And they're like, 12 years ago, 8 years ago. And I'm like, wow. This has become your new identity. This is something that you've been dragging through your life for so long. Or it could just be something recent, but either way, honestly, you need a plan of attack in order to eliminate those mooring lines and eliminate those disempowering beliefs that can cause blockage, frustration, and just feeling stuck. So the first thing you need to do is change your story, or at least challenge your story. So there's this voice in our head, and it's not going away. It's always there. It's there to doubt us and there to seduce us, saying, oh, the reason you're not going to be able to propel in your life because something happened to you, a few years ago. This has changed you. That's all fictitious. So please, when this story occurs in your head, please pause. Please ask yourself, is this fact or is this fiction? And I guarantee you most of the time it is fiction, but please make sure that you are aware of the ones that are factual, because that's the voice that drives you and says, hey, Bowie, get out of bed today and just go and smash it. You're feeling flat, but make sure that you take steps today. So you are able to use your story as a platform for growth, success and activity, but unfortunately most of the time it's there to doubt you and there to seduce you, and it is a separate entity within all of us that will never go away. It's called the dark side or the shadow, and unfortunately it won't go away. So make sure that you're on top of it. The second thing I would recommend if you're feeling stuck or out of momentum is to look at your state. So your state might just be flat. It could have something to do with no morning ritual, which we talked about the other day, so make sure you implement that. It could be a physical issue, so go and get some blood tests done. Most people are vitamin D deficient. Most people have got a deficiency in B12, iron, iodine. There's just so many things, so I strongly recommend everyone does that. Also, gut health usually dominates about 80% of our functionality in terms of mentally, cognitively and physically, and there's a lot of serotonin that's produced through the gut. So probiotics, prebiotics, there's a particular strain of probiotic called Saccharomyces boulevardi, which is just SB, you can ask for that, but also maybe some glutagenics powder to make sure that there's no gut lining, that there's leakage, because leaky gut syndrome is the cause of a lot of these issues as well. So I'd strongly recommend that. There could be some real simple supplements that you could take, like hypericum and SAMe, which are mood lifting as well. So make sure that you do your research on natural supplementation and energy as well. So we talked about change your story, change your state. The third one is change your skill set, because it could just be that you're losing listing after listing and you're telling yourself that this is just not working, or usually you're in blame phase and saying, oh, but it's because in my particular market, everyone goes in at 1% and pays for marketing. That's every market. There's competitors in every market that do that. And frankly, if that was the winning formula for the industry, then why isn't every vendor listing with agents that do it at 1% and compensate marketing? They don't. They go with other agencies as well. So that gives you hope that if you have a compelling and comprehensive business case and you're presenting to the owner and you're passionate about your unique selling propositions, you've got a plan, you're using pre-listing questions before you get there, you've got an agenda-based listing presentation, and you are compelling in your offering and also authentic in your personal USPs, Because if you're up against a 20-year agent, well, turn that on its head and say, hey, I'm only been in it for 2 years. I see that as a massive advantage. Why? Because I'm hungry, I've got no distractions, and I only look at after 3 or 4 properties at a time. So you've got 100% of my attention. If you're the super team agent, leverage the hell off that. So skill up if that's the thing that's creating blockage. Now, the fourth thing, which I highly recommend, is changing your expectations, because there is a chance that you feel stuck. However, it's only because your expectations are unrealistic or they're too high. So you could be in a great office environment and you are feeling flat because you're thinking to yourself, oh, I've got this ridiculous expectation that the office was going to feed me 5 leads a week. Well, that's nonsense. That's not going to happen. Real estate is about proactivity and getting out there, door knocking, cold calling, calling your pipeline, chasing your hot list, and making sure that you are leveraging off your brand. So a lot of people just move around from brand to brand, or move around from relationship to relationship, thinking that that's the answer. It may not be. So change or adjust your expectations. The final thing, if the top 4 things don't work, if you're feeling stuck, out of momentum, or frustrated, is to change your current reality, meaning you need to potentially extract yourself from the situation. It could be a relationship, it could be a business partnership, or it could just be you are in a highly toxic environment in your own office. So they're my top 5 tips. Make sure that you follow that in order of priority, all the way from story, state, skill, expectation, adjusting your current reality. God bless, have a great day, and live with virtue.